All right, let's go ahead and do this. This is our my second ever interview. So you're number 2. So congratulations, you're on one of the first ones I'm doing this with. We're doing this thing called Seaside Chats. Basically, I'm going to do an interview every once in a while with artists that I know or have some relation to. And this week it is DJ Burnz. I'm going to go ahead and give you a little biography, if that's all right, before we jump into the conversation. So right. DJ Burnz is what?
I said, let's hear my biography.
Okay. I'm keeping it really short so we can start this right. Anyway, so you are a Provo resident or somewhere in there who does a lot of music. You have written beats. You do mixing. You've worked with the likes of Rufio, Coco XL, Mil Sol. You're doing Provoracity, that EP that you will probably plug later today.
So that's Airworthy. I'm gonna
Airworthy.
Shout him out. Airworthy. Yep. So he's kind of the main guy of Provoracity. But as a solo artist, he's broken off. Still with Provoracity, but he is Airworthy, and he's hustling.
All right. So I might as well ask the first question that is happening in the chats between some family members. Do you like water, DJ Burnz?
I drank probably 3/4 of a gallon today.
Oh, nice. I didn't think I drank anything today. I like drank some orange juice, but that's basically it. So maybe I should get myself hydrated. But anyway, you also hit your 20,000 Spotify mark earlier this week, right?
I did. I think it's lower than that now. It's actually currently sitting at 15.6 right now. Just due to further in the month. Cop It is the song that it hit at 26,000 right now.
All right. I think my favorite song out of the ones that you've done so far is It's Still Come Down. Come down. Terrible singer. That one is, I think, to this day, my favorite.
Well, thank you.
Otherwise, let's jump into it. Wait, I think I had one more thing. Oh, you're also mixing my song that's going to be released, or have mixed my song that's being released this Friday, called First Person. Everybody that's coming out, make sure you're there and listen. Otherwise, let's begin the interview. So, first question. So I remember seeing this on your Instagram. And you've told me before, so you write beats for a lot of different people. Rufio, one of them, and he sent you a picture of something and said, "Here, this is the second time it's happened." Or
sorry, no, I'm
Airworthy. All right, fair enough. So you got a picture from Rufio, and you were told, "Hey, make a beat out of this." Have you had any other weird instances where you're like, here's something, good luck, make it an art thing?
I don't think so, honestly. Like, legitimately, that was the first time that I was able to, I guess, really like have to sit back and think to a picture and make a story out of it, basically. Which is why the picture was of the playground with caution tape around it. And so he ended up calling the song No Play. It's on Spotify. If you listen to it, by Rufio, it has kids happy. It's darker. And so that's essentially where the whole beat went. So other than that, no. Usually instrumentals are, I want it in this style, and then I just go from there. The only other weird, but it was a fun process. Request was when Airworthy showed me a song and it switches beats all throughout the song. So you'll hear it on their EP. It's 4 different instrumentals within one instrumental, basically. So it's just like completely different from verse to verse to verse to verse. There's no hook. There's nothing. It's just 4 verses straight. So it's kind of interesting, but it was fun because I got to change it up so much.
So was it harder because you had to change it up so much so often in the same beat?
I don't think it was harder because I didn't have to spend as much time worrying about lengthening a song, but making it different at the same time. But I did make 4 sections and then end up changing a section like entirely. So, I mean, you basically make a whole song and then have to make a whole nother one again. So it was good though.
Awesome. So what is your process usually like when you don't get those weird requests? Oh, you can say hi to your wife. Go ahead. Yeah.
Behind this plant over here. She's behind the wall. I love you too, Jesse.
Anyway, what is your process usually like when you get requests or a normal request per se? Because those other 2 were kind of out of the normal ballpark or out of the box thinking.
Really, like when I first start on something for any artist, it's who do you like? Who do you like listening to? What kind of styles are you looking for? Because if someone says Travis Scott, it's going to be entirely different from Mac Miller, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's 2 different, like entirely different versus or like Chance the Rapper. His beats are weird. Like the 808s are really weird. So it's just like that's generally just where I go. And then that's it. Like I'll just go off their artist reference. What's up, Christian Walker? Love to you too.
Oh yeah. Lots of people going on this one.
So anyways, yeah, that's just generally how I do it. And then I'll do my own thing. If I'm liking it, generally they like it, being honest. So I'll just send it their way. And I'm going to say 90% of the time, they're usually setting fire emojis back and we just move on. So
fire emojis equals good. Okay. So what would you say is your style or inspiration? Where have you drawn a lot of your music listening to? Because usually you get your own artist pick, but then you've also done your own stuff on Spotify as well, working with all these other artists.
Shoot, I'm going to show you. My inspiration doesn't come from one source. These are my like recent liked, right? Coco Excel to Carrie Underwood to Kato on the Track to Reba McEntire to Itzy, K-pop, rap, Hilltop Hoods is more like fun style rap, down to Lecrae, Charlie Puth, Nipsey Hussle. It's just like it's all over the place. There's Caden. Shout out to Caden Corbet. Corbet is what I call him. Corbett. Myself. But like, anyways, it's literally from all over. It's like singing rap stuff to deep rap to just anything. So I don't really unfortunately, I don't have like one artist that I'm just like, yeah, that's what I like. I don't know. There's things like Kanye West. I like his sound because it's warm. Like all of his productions, if you listen to them, they're warm. They're not as bright. I don't know.
The type of stuff you'd wrap yourself in a blanket.
But I'm trying to think. I don't know. So I guess Kanye. Heck, Kanye. Kanye.
There we go. We're representing Kanye. I'm representing nobody. So
yeah. So
I think I'm in the same boat though. Like I can never pick one thing. I'm listening to Pink right now, and I was listening to Tame Impala like yesterday. So who knows what I'll listen to tomorrow.
Oh, seriously. And I think it's good to have also, is my air conditioning too loud? I'm like right next to it.
Not too loud. I'm still hearing you, so I think that's the important part. Unless somebody else complains about it, then.
I like listening to everything and anything. I very rarely even go on like top charts. I usually just discover weekly and do radio stations off of certain artists on Spotify, and then just find stuff that way. So, yep.
Speaking of radio stations, I didn't put this in your biography when I first introduced you, but you've had a couple songs hit on the radio, the local hip hop station in Utah. What was that like getting on that station?
So it was one song. It was with ODK. We did the While You Were Away. And honestly, like, the experience was... Sorry, just a sec.
Almost.
There we go.
There we go.
The experience was almost surreal because, like, I have the interview on my... I don't know, like to hear someone else publicly talk about you, talk about the song, and then specifically in my verse, just to relate to me, they pointed out like how they loved the harmonies, because I think they were just octave vocals, really, a low and a high, and then they're like, it kind of sounds like G-Eazy or whatever. They say something else, and you're just like, huh, here's a guy I've never met before, only emailed, and he can relate. I don't know. It was cool. To answer your question, it was very, very cool.
Did you ever end up talking to him in person, or was it still only over the radio at that time?
I have yet to meet him. Yeah.
That should be a priority. Call him out right now. I dare you.
I don't even remember. Unfortunately, one. Come on, guys.
Maybe someday.
Are Worthy's going to be on the radio?
Oh, with the new EP, did you get things arranged for that?
This Friday with Heartfelt Decision, a single he dropped.
Oh yeah, that song. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Same radio station, 97.1 in Utah, or
no? It's 90 something. We'll figure it out. He'll announce it.
We'll worry about it later.
He'll announce it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I want to talk a little bit about mixing a little bit, just because beforehand, I think I met you once before having you mix my song coming out Friday, another drop. I'm curious on when you decided to mix like that, because with my mixing process and everybody's mixing process, it's a little bit different for everybody. But the way you ordered it was awesome, but like still strange to me, and it's still I still think about it every once in a while. I'm like, why did you do it that way? Where you took it one track at a time, put it in chronological order, versus me where like, okay, let me put the similar sounds in groups and then mix that. So when did you decide to mix like that, and how did this process come to be, and why have you liked doing it that way?
For me, it's just it's kind of like a book. Like from left to right is how you would see the tracks. You'd hear the tracks, and then as it goes on, I don't know, like as you go to the right, you have different sections of your song. And so it's like I have the verse vocals, I have the hook vocals, I have the bridge vocals, but I don't, this is opinion based, and I think it should be it's probably factual, but you don't really use the same effects like across the board, and you don't just like do the same exact thing for the verse that you do for the hook, and then the same thing for the hook for the bridge, because then you might as well just have one track.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know, like I just feel like it's easier to read that way. I can show you as well if you want.
Oh, sure, go ahead.
This is a track from Ludovica that we started. Takadanzi, what's up, Dakota? All right. So we have her verse vocals, a hook vocal, and more verse vocals. Harmony, a hook again, except, oh, just kidding. That one's the same. And then we have the bridge. And then we have these hooks, but then the hook harmonies below it. I don't know. So like, what's up, ODK? It like makes sense. I don't know. You go from this side to this side. I don't know.
I mean, it does make a little sense. But I mean, wow, there's so much space, but it makes sense especially if you're mixing everything a little bit different.
And then I sum them up. So all the verse vocals are in that top line. All the hooks are in that line, and then all the bridge are in that line. So
that looks a little bit cleaner.
Yeah. That way I'm only like having to really mix, and then I put like a total thing over it so I can mix them as a whole.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's address another question about your personal life. So when is your wife due with twins?
We are due at technically early November, but that could easily be stepped into early or late October.
Uh-huh.
Who knows? Honestly.
Well, what are you planning for, at least with regarding music, and now going to be a dad relatively soon?
Like, how am I gonna do music and
what's it gonna look like? How much are the kids gonna be in music, and how much is music gonna be in the kids?
Music is gonna be in every part of the kids, I'll tell you what. You don't know the genders? Oh my goodness, I never told you. I am having a baby boy and a baby girl.
So the answer is yes.
Both. So music, actually right now, very, very soon, I'm going to be, I guess to answer your question, who cares about my daily plans? But I'm looking to studio space. And whether it's co-leasing another studio that's already a studio, my goal is to have my own spot, just my own spot. So that's what I'm doing tonight, is trying to get that spot and see if that works out, to basically build my own studio and turn it into a business. Because I won't be able to do that here. You know, there's not a possible way that I could track vocals here because they're either going to be sitting here crying, sitting here making noises, or sitting here sleeping. So, like my wife just said, no more cooking beats in the kitchen. So, anyways, that's my plan. Looking for a spot. So,
all right.
Just keep
Go ahead. Sorry.
updated.
All right. So let me address a couple. I like me some cookies. I like me some beats. There was a couple questions that were sent in before this interview. First one was from Mel Sol, one of the artists you recently. Yeah, go Mel Sol. Anyway, she recently she asked, "What does your future hold, or what does your future look like holding?" But we kind of answer that, unless there's something more besides the EP,
like this,
and the babies. Lots of that.
I have no freaking clue what the future holds, because life is full of surprises, and that's all we've experienced this entire pregnancy.
Lots of waiting, and
tell you what I want. My calendar. I'll show you just a sec. So these are all the artists right here. All of them. I mean, ODK's right here. Mel Sol, you just mentioned her. She is. Mm-hmm. Did I forget her?
She's on there.
Is she on there?
Should be.
Just
uh-oh. We're gonna fix that.
What? I swear. Oh, just kidding. There she is. All right.
Already on there.
There you go. I found her. She's right here. Anyways, this is why I'm showing you this, because this is what I want my future. Is because this is I work usually Monday through Thursday, and every week I've had people scheduling, which is dope. So that's what I want my future to be, is consistency, my own studio, and just continued success. You could have pointed anywhere. He's officially, Mel Sol is officially number 4 on there.
Nice. All right. Well, it looks like we're getting close to a close. Well, wait, there was one more question. Somebody said, "I like Alesso. Do you?" I don't know who Alesso is. I added them to my Spotify to make sure I could listen to them.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. So we're gonna find out together, and keep whoever posted that posted, or at least for me.
Never thought I was worth what you did.
He has 15.7 million monthly listeners.
So probably good then, if you have that numbers.
I don't know that song. I think I know this song.
I mean, based off of the audio I'm hearing from my phone, that's pretty good. Like, you got thick harmonies.
Oh, 100%. That like features Alesso. I don't know if it's his song. It has with Alesso, Florida Georgia Line, and Watt. But I wouldn't listen to him, probably.
Decide, and my answer is probably going to be yes, just because I like a lot of music. So.
Yeah, I think he's more like EDM pop-ish. 100%. He's standing at a DJ table. Yeah, I probably wouldn't listen to him.
Just not your cup of tea.
No, I listen to just about everything, but
you don't worry. I'll make sure I send you a couple of EDM songs, maybe, just to make sure you're getting your taste.
Who asked?
All right. All right. I think that should be it for this interview, unless there are other questions, which I'm going to just briefly go through the chat. While I do that, go ahead and plug whatever you're going to plug.
Ooh, let's see here. Noah Lefgren is on the chat. I'm going to plug him up. Freaking, if you want lo-fi beats, you got to hit Noah Lefgren up. NLLEFGREN. Noah Lefgren. That's his Insta tag, though. He's super dope. We're going to be doing stuff. And what else is the plug? Airworthy and Rufio releasing their EP. Let's see, August 6th. They're bored.
Oh, that's coming up close.
Yeah, they have legitimately knocked out a 5-track EP, instrumentals, lyrics, recording, and everything, finishing it up Monday, and then gonna go straight to upload so it can be up on the 6th of August everywhere. The reason it's the 6th is because Rufio and Jake, they both share the same birthday, including the year, 8/6/92.
Oh, nice. That perfect day to release an EP.
Yeah, so with them having the same birthday, they're releasing it on that day. So be on the lookout for that. Go follow them. And I will also be releasing a song soon. Very soon.
Soon.
Within the next
soon, just
to 2 weeks, I will be releasing a song with Airworthy.
All right. Last question before I send you off to go take care of other things. This one's from ODK.
Oh, when is Burnz going to...
There you go.
We have covers such as A Whole New World. What are the other ones?
You know, Jess, I know you're listening through his phone, so you could just say, yeah, and say your thoughts.
She's back there laughing. So there's no current plan for an album.
But it needs to happen.
We should have her on some songs. In fact, she's on one of Rufio's songs.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, for about 3 words.
Hey, that's all you need to do a feature, right?
Yep. But anyways.
All right. Well, thank you so much for doing this. Of course, support DJ Burnz right there. His Instagram should be available somewhere by clicking. You also go listen to a few of his Spotify songs. I definitely suggest Come Down. Still one of my favorites. Otherwise, we'll see you later.
I'm gonna plug one more thing.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
The song coming up. Let's see here. Follow Burnz or You're Crazy. This is my song with Airworthy. I only have my vocals. Noah Lefgren. This is an example of how amazing Noah Lefgren is. He came over here with a bass, not knowing what this song is, because I said I needed a bass line, and he plugged it in and just started funking out. Like,
I need to find a good bass player.
Solo it out. Well, Noah is the guy to go to. Here's a preview here.
DJ.
Shining in my face. Thank God I'm alive every single day. What you do, everybody's got an attitude. You do you, don't worry, they'll be mad at you.
Okay. Ain't that dope? Listen to this bass line. This is like one take. and then we replace this one note at the end so it.
It's
and
not
then,
one take. It's not. If that was one note.
That's one take though. He did that again.
Oh yeah.
But this one goes straight into this, and it's like it's nuts. But listen to this. Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear it a little bit.
He was just sitting there jamming. It was freaking dope.
That's awesome. Good job. Shout out to Noah.
Yeah, shout out to Noah Lefgren. Look, it's the last
There you
comment
go.
right there. That's him. Click on his name. Oh,
wait. Oh, now it's Luke the
Also-
Savior. We're gonna have to move
also
up.
Luke the Savior. Also follow him. And Queen Sass, go follow her too. And Noah,
We're just gonna do this for the next 10 minutes.
All
Just
right,
point
cool.
to whoever needs to be followed.
so
All right.
thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for doing this. And yeah, enjoy your studio visit wherever that may be.
Go follow.
Oh, DK, yep. I'm gonna hang up. Okay. All right. Bye.
All right, we'll see.
All right. See ya. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching that. That was DJ Burnz. I'm gonna go ahead and plug my thing. Just on. Mix that for me, and I think it sounded great. So it will be available on all platforms then. Otherwise, I'm not doing anything for the next 30 minutes, so I might close out, or whoever requests next, I will do a quick interview with. So whoever requests next for random Instagram live chat, I will love to talk to, because, you know, music is great. We're just going to wait.
Awesome.
Hey, there we go. Awesome.
Awesome. How are you?
Doing good. How about you?
Phenomenal.
So I think I met you once. You were at the open mic.
Open mic,
Yeah, and you did your jazz beat. Oh, so good.
So much.
So I wish I could hear more. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, just thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. So go ahead and introduce yourself, since I don't have a biography
Awesome.
ready
Yeah.
for you. So yeah, go for it.
I'm Noah Lefgren. I'm a producer. Lower five stuff, but also, like you heard it, like the open mic, a lot of jazz influence, some part of stuff. I'm releasing a 5-track EP on Friday, actually. Just like vibey instrumental stuff. Just, yeah. Oh Boy 1, July 17th. Check it out. All streaming services under my name. Noah.
Let me make sure I'm following that, because I am already a fan of your music. I just need to make sure.
I don't think I have anything on Spotify yet, so I
Okay.
won't be.
I'll wait. I'm following you, so we'll make sure that happens.
Good.
All right. All right. So, where are most of your influences from?
I take a lot of influence from kind of do your own thing. Don't let other people influence what you're doing. Like those people. And so, yeah, like for the Pharrells and the Tylers, and then a lot of like 80s new wave, The Cure, this there's like all this random, I don't know, a little bit of everything. Some jazz. Yeah.
Okay, so you said 80s synthwave. Could you be more specific? Like, is there a certain artist you're like, this man?
So like the Ch4ts, they've been super influential with like what I've done. Not like directly with my sound, but just like being able to like convey an emotion and put that into music. That's what I'm trying to.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to make sure I listen to them, because I know I've heard their name so much, and I know I probably listened to a few of their songs. It's just I didn't like register it.
Super good, super talented. But yeah.
So you played the bass. Oh, were you going to say something more? Or yeah. So you played the electric bass for DJ Burnz on that track that he gave a little quick sneak peek on. Is that your main instrument, or do you do other instruments prior?
Shout out 90 miles per hour. Go listen to them. I also do a lot of keys stuff. That's like, as a producer, you kind of have to know, like, at least a little bit of piano. So I do a lot of piano stuff. I do some guitar too. But bass is my main thing.
What is the process really like? Because it sounded like you were good enough that you just kind of pulled out the bass and just went for it. What is the process like to be able to learn something that well, to be able to be like, okay, I want to do this octave on the bass or this type of groove?
And so a big part of it, for me at least, was just like trying to mimic my favorite bass players. And lines on, like, I mean, a lot of the songs are just like simple pop songs. But like they're just like, dang, they're just like crazy complex, like all over the place. So I just grew up trying to mimic those bass lines. And then doing that with all different kinds of artists and kind of just making my own sound by, just trying to mimic other people.
All right. Would it be terrible if I asked you to play something right now randomly?
Let's see. I will grab my bass. Right.
All right.
So I can't get it plugged in right now, but
we'll see how well it sounds without.
But
oh, that's actually pretty good.
yeah, I messed up. But yeah, so that's like one of my favorite bass lines. That's "Ain't No Mountain High Enough" by Marvin Gaye. If you recognize it.
That sounded familiar. I knew it was like, I was like, where have I heard that?
Super popular song. But yeah, that's one of my favorite bass players, James Jamerson. And growing up trying to mimic what he did. And yeah.
Okay. I don't know if this is a controversial question among bassists. Chili Peppers bassist.
I'm a fan of the Chili Peppers. Flea is super talented. Like, he took slapping, which like already was a thing, like the like that kind of thing. He took that and kind of like, he didn't do it in like the traditional sense. He like made it his own, and so I think that's really cool how he just like took an already developed technique and just pioneered it further. And so I really like him as a bass player. Like, Cruz is a good person too. I like his bass stuff. I think he's cool.
All right. So how long have you been doing hip hop? Because it sounds like you've been doing music for a while, but you have your main focus right now is hip hop because you're doing beats, you're working for DJ Burnz, for example. Probably a couple handful of other musicians out there you've helped.
So I started getting really into hip hop in the past like 3-ish years, and so it hasn't been that long. That I think that's kind of what sets me apart from a lot of producers, is like I may not be as good at making like the traditional kind of hip hop beats, but I can take like the other musical influence that I have and bring that and kind of make my own sound. And so, yeah, I've been doing hip hop for a lot long, like seriously for about 1.5 years, but I'm just taking all that other musical influence and bringing that into hip hop has helped me kind of develop my sound, and like, which I'm still developing, but yeah.
What made you decide, hey, maybe hip hop should be my thing, or what was that journey like, discovering hip hop and like being, wait, I like this?
Like, so I didn't grow up listening stuff like that, which is like started on like guitar and bass. But I don't know. So then I started listening to hip hop around like senior year of high school. Like one of my friends just like, here, go listen to Childish Gambino. And so I listened and I was like, I feel like it's easier to make a living in hip hop than it is like a good chunk of other genres, specifically like jazz, which I was doing a lot of before. And so, I mean, money had a little bit to do with it, but it's also
having good friends is one way to get into a music genre, right?
I also just like love the genre. Was hooked from like the first album I listened to.
Mm-hmm. So like drove it home for you, like made you get into the hip hop area.
Kanye was a big one. I remember listening to College Dropout and just like his first album and just being like, wow, like this is so cool. He's taking like the music that I listened to growing up, like all this soul stuff, and then just like completely flipping it and changing it and making it his own. And just like, I thought that was so cool. So I remember just being like wowed by the first time I listened to his first album. Kanye was a big one.
Kanye the producer.
Kanye the producer. And then like Mobb Deep, just like the beats are like so gritty, so hard, and like Wu-Tang Clan too.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
good,
just like
good old boom bap.
yeah. And then Dr. Dre a little bit. I just started getting into Dr. Dre and just like him taking funk that I already play a lot of on bass and rapping on it. It's just cool.
So so obviously we're both in that realm, I guess. So what would you suggest if somebody wanted to get into hip hop? What would you suggest be the first things to do to make sure that they really know hip hop?
I mean, one thing that would be good to do is probably see what music they already listen to. Because, I mean, like, most genres of music have a form of hip-hop that's at least somewhat similar. And so, like, if someone's, like, really into jazz, be like, oh, go listen to, like, Tribe Called Quest. They have, like, all the jazz samples. Or, like, if they're into funk, go listen to G-Funk. Go listen to Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. That way they're already kind of familiar with the sounds, but it kind of takes it to the next level.
All right. Probably the last question before we let whoever ask questions, if there's any on here. But so you mentioned jazz as a primarily motivator or influence of your music. What is some jazz writers or singers that really influenced you and kind of still influence your hip hop writing today?
So Thelonious Monk, he's a jazz piano player. That Thelonious Monk played piano, and he like his piano technique was really like just like sporadic and all over the place and kind of discordant. But like he made it work, which is really cool. And so that's what, like, for those beats specifically, I was like, I want to make a beat that's sporadic and all over the place and kind of discordant, but sounds cool and works. So Thelonious Monk has been a big influence. Miles Davis, he was always just like pushing boundaries, trying new things. He got like a lot of hate. Not a lot of hate, but he got some hate for like, he like made a hip hop album, and it's like in jazz, it's like you have a lot of people who are like, we play jazz, we don't try anything else, kind of things like that. And so it was like, I don't know, just Miles Davis was always just trying new things, and I thought that was cool.
We could call it genre snobs. What do you say to genre snobs?
I mean, I don't know, just like give it a chance. I don't know. If like you're a jazz snob, like there actually there's an album that's just jazz songs, but it's like classic samples that have been used in hip hop. And it's like the original version. I think it's really it's like Blue Note Records dropping Science. I think Questlove from The Roots helped put it together. But just like give that a listen, and then give the songs that sample them a listen and kind of see. It's like it's not that different. Hip hop is like as of the later half of the 20th century. It's like they're the same. Different sounds, but the same idea, same mentality, same kind of.
Check to see if any questions have come up on the chat. Go ahead and plug away your thing. I'm not getting anything yet. So you had an EP, right? That's coming out.
Under my name, Noah Lefgren.
And when will that be out?
Probably like 10 p.m. Thursday night, Utah time. So
so tomorrow.
I guess so. Dang. So this Friday, but like it's released like midnight Eastern time. And so Thursday night, get ready. Should be out.
All right, and that will be on Spotify, yeah, and all other platforms.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll make sure I'm there. Thank you so much. Make sure you follow him and stay in the loop on music locally or wherever you are. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thank you, Noah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna plug my last thing. Again, thank you to DJ Burnz and Noah for doing that real quick. Again, this Friday, coming out, First Person, my song will be there.